roaring into the heart of the action with Lions News Fan Report. I'm electrified to ask you this. Smash that like button and subscribe if you feel the tension building in Detroit's locker room this summer. Imagine the buzz at Ford Field 3. Names echoing through the halls. Ronnie Bell, Darren Gilbert, Broderick Martin. Could one of these under-the-radar gladiators really find themselves exiled before training camp even kicks off? With Brad Holmes assembling one of the deepest rosters in the NFL and Dan Campbell steering this ship through rough seas and a brutal 2025 schedule. The margins for error are razor thin, and the whispers of roster cuts grow louder by the day. Picture Ronnie Bell, the practice squad warrior who clawed his way from San Francisco to Allen Park outfighting rivals like Tom Kennedy and Jackson Meeks, just to earn a shot on the field, suddenly finding his path blocked by newcomers Isaac Tesla and Dominic Lovett, not to mention Amon-Ra T. Brown and Jameson Williams already locked and loaded for game day. Could this fierce competitor's Cinderella story be cut tragically short? Then there's Darren Gilbert, perched precariously at the bottom of a linebacker room teeming with veterans Alex Anzalone, Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes, and hungry youngsters circling like wolves. With Malcolm Rodriguez rehabbing his ACL and limited special teams pedigree working against him, is Gilbert doomed to be the odd man out in this high-stakes chess match? And let's not overlook Broderick Martin, the third-round pick once heralded. For his Day 2 upside, now a sobering cautionary tale. 5 games played, 4 tackles logged, and a mountain of competition from Allen McNeil, D. Jay Reeder, Roy Lopez, Tyleik Williams, and Mekhi Wingo looming large. Does Martin's stalled development signal the end of his Detroit experiment? As the minicamp sun beats down and the clock ticks toward roster cuts, Detroit's front office faces a seismic decision: sacrifice one of these gritty underdogs or swing for the fences on a true defensive game-changer. Could a blockbuster addition someone with an unrelenting motor, Pro Bowl pedigree, and the kind of pass rush prowess that turns games on their head be lurking on the horizon? What if Brad Holmes is ready to break the bank and bet big on a proven warrior to ignite this defense? Is this the moment Trey Hendrickson, the relentless edge rusher who terrorized quarterbacks week after week, becomes the missing puzzle piece Detroit has craved for so long? Could this move finally elevate our pass rush to elite status and transform our identity from playoff hopefuls to Super Bowl contenders? The stage is set, the stakes have never been higher, and as the first cuts inch closer, the fate of Bell, Gilbert, Martin, and the destiny of Lions defense hangs in the balance. But beyond the headlines and roster numbers lies the beating heart of Lions fandom, the belief that underdogs can rise, that overlooked heroes can become legends. Picture the roar of the crowd when a newly acquired edge rusher explodes off the snap, bending the pocket and redefining what it means to fear the Lions' roar. Imagine the camaraderie that will surge through the locker room when players rally around a common goal, bound by the shared pursuit of glory and vindication. So here we stand at the precipice of decision day, the scent of turf and hard-earned. Sweat in the air, hearts pounding like a drumline in the stands. Which direction will the Lions take? Will they part ways with one of these 3 loyal warriors? Or will they swing for the fences and etch a new chapter in Detroit's proud defensive legacy? The answer lies just beyond the horizon. Stay locked in, because this is only the beginning of our off-season saga. Asterisk, if you believe the Lions are finally ready to roar. Hit that like, and let's finish what we started. Imagine the moment Brad Holmes pounds the table and seals the deal for Trey Hendrickson. The contract signed, the ink barely dry, and a tidal wave of anticipation rippling through Ford Field. This isn't just another free agent addition. The moment our defense announces to the NFL that Detroit refuses to be overlooked. With Hendrickson lining up opposite Aidan Hutchinson, opposing quarterbacks will be forced to choose which side to respect, and neither choice will be comfortable. Suddenly, the pass rush becomes a twin-turbo engine, one that can inhale protection, schemes and exhale sacks, pressures, and game-changing momentum swings. Think back to when Ndamukong exploded onto the scene in 2010, bringing chaos to every second-level blocker in his path and reviving a franchise's defensive swagger. What if Hendrickson could rekindle that same electricity? His 12.5 sacks in 2024 weren't just numbers on a stat sheet. They were thunderclaps announcing his arrival. Drop him into Detroit's scheme, give him a supporting cast in Hutchinson, and watch the ripple effect. Dan Campbell's defense transforming from bend but don't break mediocrity into an unforgiving fortress where every snap sends a shiver through rival locker rooms. Picture the impact on our identity. No longer will the Lions be known as the team that almost got there, or the squad that peaked only to fizzle in late-season collapse. Instead, we become the squad that dares to defy expectations. A defense built on grit, teamwork, and an edge rusher whose motor never quits. Fans will chant his name as he hunts quarterbacks in the fourth quarter, the same way we roared for Barry Sanders when he danced through defenses, or when Matthew Stafford orchestrated a comeback under the Sunday lights. This is our generation's defining chapter, one written not in missed tackles, but in forced fumbles and playoff aspirations reborn. Contrast that with the division rival down the road, the Green Bay Packers, who leaned on veteran pass rushers last year but still surrendered too many game-time drives. Or the Chicago Bears, shuffling through linebackers and secondary prospects without ever finding consistent pressure. While they scrambled to plug holes, Detroit will stride forward, confident that Hendrickson's 49 pressures in 2024 represent just a baseline for what he can achieve with fresh motivation and a hungry locker room behind him. This is a defense that will dare to challenge Aaron Rodgers' ghost and face Justin Fields head-on, staking our claim to NFC North dominance. And let's not forget the broader playoff picture. A roaring pass rush doesn't just win you early season upsets. It secures home field advantage. It turns 4th and 1 into 3rd and forever. It lifts the entire franchise's ceiling. Envision the headlines. Lions defense emerges as the league's most feared. Or Detroit's off-season gamble pays instant dividends. We could be talking about a unit that eclipses the success of the 1991 Lions, the last team to crack double-digit wins, only this time. We back it with a postseason run that ends decades of heartbreak. So here we are on the brink of history. With Ronnie Bell, Darren Gilbert, and Broderick Martin's fates already etched into the ledger, and Hendrickson poised to fill the spotlight. The question is no longer if, but when this seismic shift takes hold. Will Ford Field descend into a frenzy as he clubs his first sack in Honolulu blue? Will December nights be defined by his relentless pursuit of quarterbacks as Detroit? Fans chant in unison? This is more than speculation. It's the promise of a new era. When the dust settles on roster cuts and the whistles finally echo on opening day, one truth will echo through the Motor City. The Lions seize their moment. And in that moment, we all become part of something bigger, something that roars louder than any doubt or off-season drama. Because this isn't just about one player arriving. It's about a city uniting behind a defense built on hope, hunger, and the sheer will to win. Let the countdown begin.